Are you ready? Can crush us. It don't really get no better than this. The podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock 'em out like boom bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Got a shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody. Power driving, hit 'em with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break 'em, let's go. Yeah, Can Crushers. Yeah, Can Crushers. Let's go.
Hello, Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. This is referee Ryan out of Indiana Powerhouse Wrestling. You're listening to Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast, the best podcast that could ever be shown on Spotify.
Are you ready for a Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast episode? That's Sir Michael Jenks. Yes, I'm a pirate. I'm Mark the Mark.
The one-eyed Mark.
Jenks, this is why we are not on YouTube right now. Hot take right into me. Sorry, you're going to get there.
This is exactly why we need YouTube.
This is why we're not on YouTube, because as we record, and for 4 more days, I am sitting here with an eye patch on.
Pray tell, what happened that made you become a pirate a month early?
I don't know. I'll put it that way, because this weekend I kind of helped a couple people and it was kind of dusty, dirty, but I can't pinpoint if it was at, a family member's or a really close friend's house. And then Sunday I got trashed because I was off on Monday. Tuesday I woke up in horrible shape. My eye was a kaleidoscope, and I'm like, something happened. What happened? What's going on? Why can I not see out of my right eye? Made it a doctor's appointment, went Wednesday because that's as fast as they could get me in. Thank God I wasn't dying. And when I get there, they said, "Oh, you have metal shavings in your eye, and you've completely destroyed your cornea." But the bonus is, and I'm fast tracking this, you can ask me more questions in a second, Jenks. But the bonus is, you're lucky it didn't rust, because otherwise we're talking about losing your eye then. So I'm like, oh, let's take the steroid pill shot, whatever you're going to give me. Oh, no, it's a drop, you idiot. And it's going to burn like nobody's business. Both eyes were just like, I don't know, a waterfall. Oh my God. I'm part of TLC all of a sudden.
You're not being a scrub. You're not a scrub, though.
I'm not a scrub. Jeez, I see how planned this is. I cried. I cried and I cried. And I'm like, this is horrible. They're like, well, it's at least cleaning it out. Yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I have to put those in for 4 days and then kind of do a wash for like a week after. But I only have to be a pirate for 4 days. Are you ready?
Are you ready for some TLC references?
Right? Oh my God. Right eye Martinez and left eye Lopez going at it.
It's a perfect lineup at this point. So was the assumption that the glasses were enough eye protection?
The assumption was that I wasn't doing anything that I was going to get dirt in my face. It was, they're going to know if they listen. They're not going to listen.
We don't have to say what it was, but
it was moving stuff and like dust and dirt was around, and I wasn't, I'm around dust and dirt daily. So I didn't think that, just embed in my eye.
Well, and especially with glasses on, you would think that would provide enough protection that it would not get into the eye.
You would think. as thick as mine are because they're Coke bottles. You're like, you'd really have to try to get into there. It did. It wins.
Got it. It found a way. Oh my God. So you're on steroids. All right. So
Yep.
performance enhancing drugs for this episode of the podcast.
I have to be tested. Yeah.
You have to be tested. Yeah. So, oh my God. I guess the biggest question is, when will you put a sticker on that eye patch for Louisville this weekend? Because Pitt's playing Louisville.
I'm sure as shit not putting Louisville on it.
Well, I know you're not putting Louisville on it, but when you're putting a Pitt Panther on there, got to get a P or something.
I don't know if in and around our area would have. I couldn't order it fast enough for it to get here. So I'm going to probably have to think if I'm going to put it on, because I, in my head, already think that I'm not wearing this to the Pitt game. But prior to the podcast, Jenks has kind of simmered me down a little bit that I probably should at least bring it along, in like a little tea bag or something. I don't know.
It's probably the smart decision to do because, listen, if you're having issues with the eye, with lights and all that, going into a football stadium in midday is not going to help your cause.
No.
So you might want to just have it just in case.
So get a sticker. I'd probably have to be closer to Pittsburgh for some type of I would like it to be rock then,
Right. Oh, yeah.
Panther instead of just a P or it says Pitt or something.
Yeah.
Because then you could see rock through my glasses. By the way, yes, my patch is underneath my glasses that I wear because that's the only way that
it'll work.
They wanted me to have disposable ones that could be kind of taped to my head. And I'm like, you know how filthy those are going to get, this, that, and the other. I'm like, I want the better one with the suction on the back and the styrofoam that
the tape is going to fall off. Doesn't matter how strong that tape is. It doesn't matter if you're using duct tape. It's going to, when you're working, it's going to fall off.
Right.
There's no way that's going to stay on.
Right. Yeah. It just sounds stupid. So I'm like, give me that one. Okay. So, yeah.
So going to find the lost treasure of Pittsburgh at this point.
The Boudet. I'm going to go looking for Boudet.
We're going to look for Boudet, Booty on Saturday. But
yeah. So yes, by the time you guys are listening to this, I've heard them all. I went to work Tuesday with Kaleidoscope Eye. No, I did not go Tuesday. I went Wednesday with Kaleidoscope Eye. And I tried to do some stuff, and I'm like, well, I can't. Clearly not driving, because I knew that was just a stupid idea. So I give up all driving relegations, not per doctor say, but per Mark say, because safety first.
Yeah.
I was behind the garbage truck, and I kind of opened my eye a little bit, and the beeper and the blinkies and the this, the that, and I'm like, oh, you can't be on that side backing the guy up. You need to go on the other side where you don't do anything but hook the hook. Oh, 100%. Another pirate.
The hook. Write them down.
I know. There's going to be so many that I don't know. Hook the hook. Searching for booty. Yeah, I don't know. Boot T.
Yeah. Booty. Right-eyed Martinez. I think you can't forget that one. Right-eyed. Can't be forgetting TLC.
We'll have to have I'll have to put these all in one of those spinner things and just let them pick them.
Oh, that's a
so we're not going to know what it's going to be called then by the end of the episode.
Anything.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure you'll come up with more.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure. But folks aren't going to know what the hell this episode is by the time we get to it.
No kidding.
No
kidding. So essentially that's been my week, folks. That's where we are right now on Saturday. I'm driving to Pittsburgh with or without an eye patch on. Look out if you're on 28. Just forewarning you if you're listening.
Stay out of the way, dive.
This always comes out at 6:00 in the morning. So I am probably about to Brockway, if you guys know where that is. So from Brockway to Pittsburgh, you see my Jeep coming, look out.
It's coming for you.
Yeah. So how was your week, though, since I am just sitting over here one-eyed willied?
Not injury prone like yours is. Although I've tried and failed at bread making this weekend, so I'm a real Betty Crocker over here. We did a family bake-off. Apparently, my one sister taught us how to do starter dough, sourdough, got a starter kits and all that stuff. They turned out okay. Trial and error, people trying their own recipes during the week has proven to be more successful than what happened on Saturday. So I'm hopeful when I try it.
So are you pointing fingers?
I would point some fingers, but I'm not going to call people out on the podcast right now. So we'll say that. But I trial by error. That's all it is. We've named the sourdough starters. So there's 3 out there. Mine is Bartholomew. My mom's is you need to put a fork in it because that's what she said when we said the name. And my other sister called it Some Bitches. So it's we got some classy names going on for these kids.
Can you convert your starter into like more things, like into like banana bread, into this, or is it always going to be sourdough?
So you can do like pizza crust and all of that stuff. It's how you shape it basically is how it's going to fall out. Like I've seen on TikTok, some people make, I saw buffalo chicken sourdough pizza where the starter became a pizza. It does, and it looked amazing. Became the pizza crust. They topped it with chicken, buffalo ranch, cheese, all of that. It looked amazing. So you can do that. You can put it in the loaf pan. You could cook it like the circle bread that you've seen. So there's many options for it and what you want to do with it. And depending on how long you sit, will show you how much it rises. Because the longer you let it sit, the higher it'll get, etc. So
as long as you keep a starter or a piece of dough or something from everything, you continue to have this going. Aren't you supposed to be in like a sharing club then too at one point?
I think maybe at some point. I think the sharing club is my family at this point.
Yeah.
Because my sister gave us starters based off of her starter. So we all have those starters because of hers. And you feed it every day. It's a half a cup of flour and a half a cup of water. But then you have to take some out because if you don't, it'll start overflowing and that because the things just get massive at that point. So, but yeah. So it's turned out pretty well.
Can you ship it to me?
I might be able to put it in a box wrapped up pretty well. So
yeah,
as long as I'm doing
it's from Erie to Ridgeway, it's not going to be fed for like a week.
That's true. It will not be fed for a week.
Unless you pay for overnight shipping.
Yeah, or drive it down myself and come back.
I was going to say, it's just smarter if I just drive up and get it. Or
I could come down and get it, whatever, bring it to you. But yeah, so Bartholomew sitting on the counter right now, taking up space, living its life.
Is so many. I have more questions about bread than you did about my eye.
Yeah.
Is Bartholomew, because is he pretty thick? Like that's a big.
He was thick. It's gotten a little bit less thick over the days. I don't know if I'm fucking killing it at this point or what, but it's less thick right now. So he's hanging in there.
Okay.
He's hanging in there. He's tough. I will say you only take a little bit out to make the bread, which is amazing. So it's like maybe a half a cup of the thing. And
so make a whole loaf of bread to half a cup?
Actually, it's less. I think it's a quarter cup. So it's a quarter cup of the starter, quarter cup of the water. Then you're adding in bread flour and that you add to it, but the starter's just that little amount, and that's you basically stir it, mix it up, let it sit 20 minutes. You move it around a little bit more, another 20 minutes, and then you let it sit for however long.
You can tell I've never made bread before. I am intrigued by this. I really am. So maybe it is, if you keep it trucking for a little bit, that we do either meet in the middle or I come up or something.
Yeah.
To do it because I would like to try it.
That's what intrigued me. I thought, hey, this is the first time I'm making it, and I think, if I can just make this instead of buying bread, I'm perfectly content with that. Let's see what happens. So
sourdough is some of my favorite bread. Everybody knows there's tons of breads out there and everything, but sourdough, you get that nice crisp and everything. So yeah,
it's a beautiful bread. It's 100% a beautiful bread. I love it.
My downfall on sourdough bread, though, Sir Michael Jenks, is I will make a loaf when it's not scalding hot, but still nice and warm out of the oven. I will rip the whole inside out first and eat that, and then use the crust for like dippings later on during the week or something.
Yeah, why not?
I don't need to eat a loaf of bread a day because it would become.
If you got a starter, you might have enough to get you through a week.
Right.
No, that's fair. I will say I procured apple butter from my coworker who makes it fresh every year. So she gives it out to everybody in our team. So, because she has an apple tree, she makes it in bulk, and she's like, "Here you go, apple butter. Here's an apple butter. Here's an apple butter." So, I'm looking forward.
Oprah of apple butters.
She is. You get an apple butter, and you get an apple butter, and you get an apple butter. So I have that, and I'm really excited to cook the bread, smother that on it, and take a bite because that apple butter is pretty good.
It sounds. I'm an apple butter guy in the first place. Homemade probably has a little bit extra love in it, and it makes it a little bit better than any store-bought apple butter whatsoever.
Yeah. It's almost like it's not like applesauce, but it has that applesauce kind of feel to it, if you will. So it's pretty nice.
Nice.
Indeed.
What else did you do? I had an off week. I didn't have to go to Pitt, so football was on in the background, but it wasn't on wherever we were. This is kind of mingling, and I went 2-0 this week. Heavy 2-0 this week, crushing people.
Going to town, just going for it.
Yeah, both of my leagues, I was number one scorer. Jenks,
you were lucky. You were lucky in both of your leagues. That's all I'm saying. I am 0-3, and I can't pray the Lord fast enough for this season to kind of end for that. I'm not doing well.
No,
I'm doing well in the guillotine leagues. I'm fine. It's when I get into head-to-head matchups, I'm 2-1, 1-2, and 0-3.
I was looking to pillage your team, and I'm like, okay, if he's out in this league, I need to send a trade, maybe get a pillage or something. Jenks, I'm not going to lie to you.
It's not great.
I don't know who I would even send you to get somebody. It would be just like a wife swap because I'm not being the dick. You don't have anything I want.
I don't have anything anybody should want at this point. And let's be honest, and I'm going to say this out loud, I will never put faith in the Cowboys again, and I never should have in the first place. Because that has been my biggest thing. Cowboys don't do nothing for me. And again, they did nothing for me in 2 of my leagues. So
CD Lamb, bust from last year and not doing much
again.
this year.
Dak sucks. It's horrible. I'm hoping Jackson Dart has a miracle on his hands, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. My saving grace has been Wendell Robinson, who's not even a starter, not even the number one receiver in the Giants, but I don't know.
We'll see. Dart's got to find somebody he likes this week and stick and stay.
Exactly. Hey, Guillotine's doing great. I'm loving life in Guillotine. But
I wonder how good I would have been at Guillotine since I'm so good this year. And
It
unlike some other people that are 1 and 2 as well that talk shit early in the year, I'm not even looking at week 8 anymore and thinking about him. I'm looking way past him.
Wow. And there's the loss on week 8 right there. It's going to be over.
And then I'm sending everybody away. I'll just give you my team. Here you go.
There you go.
Because that's my Super Bowl. That's my Super Bowl this year. Win, lose, or whatever. I have to shut up Moochie.
Listen, he's coming up fast, although he has Mike Evans, so that's going to suck for him. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
He was second highest scorer. He's actually got a decent team when they play.
He does.
Fantasy has been fickle. this year.
It's always fickle. I do blame the Cowboys pickups though, because I knew going into the season, I always never pick the Cowboys unless it's like prime Ezekiel or running back or something.
Emmitt Smith.
Everybody else,
back.
yeah, everybody else, absolute ass.
There's teams I just don't draft from. The Cowboys are one of them.
I've learned again,
and the Raiders are usually the other.
Yeah, and Denver doesn't produce much of anything good, and I still don't like Denver. I put money in Denver and Dallas this year, and it's not paying off.
Yep.
I've overthought it, and I already acknowledged that next season I'm going back to basics, and it's going to be my gut feeling. And Yahoo.
Yeah, that's the best way of playing it. You just have to go because you don't know. You don't know what's going to be left on the board, and this, that, and the other. So
100%.
Over scouting. I think you over scouted this year, Jenks.
I do think so. I overthought it, over scouted, but I didn't scout deep enough. As I saw with Jacksonville, they had a coordinator that doesn't do well for wide receivers, and that's the Brian Thomas effect.
Yep.
So, oh well.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. I'll be hurt, but I'll be all right. I'll make it through.
Have you played extending this? But by the way, folks, we are going pay-per-views first and then kind of hot stories at the end, because this is a very pay-per-view heavy recap show that we have to do of AEW's All In, Out. Which one was it? Out.
All out.
Yeah, All Out, and then WrestlePalooza. That I wonder, Jenks, when did you get to watch these?
So I would say I watched the AEW Saturday night into Sunday, and then WrestlePalooza was kind of sprinkled in throughout the week.
Mine was the same as you, so we probably could have talked Saturday night about AEW's.
Yeah.
And then WrestlePalooza ended up being, Monday as I'm lying on my couch thinking, oh, why did I do that last night?
Why did I think that was a good idea?
Yeah, I'm 48. You can't drink like that.
Well, that's a good hangover cure type thing.
When we talk about it, we'll get there. I'll leave it at that.
It's probably got the same thought. We have the same thoughts as some certain
network
sites out there. Yeah, network.
Yeah. Ugh. So we're gonna do pay-per-views first, and then we'll do the hot topics at the end and kind of wrap everything up a little bit weird this week. But video games, Jenkies, I did play some of that Monday as well.
Nice.
I'm 2 games away from the end of the regular season with Rutgers. Still undefeated. I was checking out stats. Narduzzi's still sitting that he's okay, not on the hot seat, not low or anything. So I'm like, man, this guy's just not going to get fired. I don't think I'll pull a third season at Rutgers.
No.
So I'm hoping if I don't get Pitt, I get an SEC team then maybe to go to.
It's a good call. I will say I haven't played Ole Miss in about a week because I didn't play them on Sunday. I did Madden on Sunday just so I can burn through. Funny enough, I moved Dallas to Canton just to say fuck it, punishing them. So, and did like a fantasy draft or redraft the whole teams. So we're undefeated now, 9-0, cruising in that one. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But picked up Jaden Daniels, lost him immediately for 4 games. So nice. Tyrod had to carry the load for a little bit, or T-Rod, yeah. Go ahead.
No.
I was just going to say, Ole Miss has just been hanging out, getting arrested. I have the Murderers Row coming up next, so I know I'm getting right back into the swing of things with that. So that'll be the next flip side. I don't know. I think I'll stick around Ole Miss. I don't have a thought to leave unless there's something really intriguing out there.
Like Oregon comes calling.
Maybe, but even then, I don't know with the Ducks.
Okay. I was looking at I went into simulator packages again just to see. Oh, it's that time of the year. Winter's around the corner. You know, I really talk about them all the time. There is some random simulators that I didn't know that came out, and thank God were explicit. There is sex shop simulator where you search it up, type in your little thing, type in simulator, and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, well, no, but there's other ones that like baseball card shop simulator, and it's almost like all the groceries and this,
yeah.
But you have to sell baseball card packs, but you also have to open packs so you can get the big cards, and they're all false names. There's nobody that we know. But I'm like, oh, and that was like only $4.99. So I'm like, well, that might be one I can come back to. One that I've been waiting for to come out for years has finally come out. It's Workshop Simulator. And I'm like, oh my God, I wanted to get this. I wanted to get it because it's fixing little toys up and this, that, and the other. It's kind of like one from my grandfather that I could just tinker and make stuff and everything. It's only for the VR. So now I can't get it.
Probably a good thing. You'd get a wood chip in your eye or something. So that might be a good thing.
See, I told you. I wasn't even a setup. I was like, where's he going with this? But there's some other simulators out there. I don't think I would mind playing Bum Simulator or, the prison simulator that I look at.
Bum Simulator?
Yeah, you're a bum. You have to live off of this and fight.
There's no fucking way this is a game.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to look this up now. I have to put this.
And again, I've watched some simulators. I've watched somebody play the whole thing of like gas station simulator. There's a new one out there though now, Jenks, and it's not for PS5 yet, and it's really caught in my eye essentially over the last week. It's Destruction Simulator, where you have to destroy houses, and like they'll give you a contract. Hey, pull out the refrigerator, pull out this and save that, but then the rest of the house you have to bring down. You start off with just a sledge, but then you can get into wrecking balls and things like that. And I'm like, damn it. Can we just get Steam to partner up with PlayStation 5 so I can just start getting these simulators?
100%. But you only get that on fucking Xbox now.
Yeah, I know.
So there's a lot of good ones listed on PS5 site.
There really are a lot. And I always look at, and I know this is horrible, I look at like grass cutting simulator. But
I've done that. Yeah.
I do that for my job. Why the hell do I want to do it? Or build a road, and I don't know what these ones are called, like construction simulator, but I'm like, I can play with all these toys in real life. I don't need to drive it
online.
There's bakery simulators, Jenks.
I've seen that. There's a house flipping simulator.
Ethan has been trying to get me to do that one for years because he's already like beat it 17 times over. So I'm like, well, I know what happens. You flip houses.
If the houses turns out great.
Yeah. I don't, oh man, I'm setting myself up because I already ran through. I don't have an eye for the house flipping thing though.
I mean, that's fair.
These are all puns I'm coming up with myself on the spot, by the way.
Yeah, he's doing it all by himself, and I'm very happy for him that he's doing that. You could be a truck driver, though. The American dream. That's what it said.
Yeah.
Woo!
I don't know. One of these times I'll have to say there's no more bye weeks, essentially, for Pitt until we get in like championship season. So.
Hey, that's a perfect bye week.
We'll get there.
Oh,
all right. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm looking at these now.
Yeah, you want Bum Simulator, don't you?
That I saw one image of Bum Simulator and it made me laugh. This fucking thing is ridiculous.
Yeah. There's some random simulators out there. And a lot of them, like the grocery store, the baseball card shop, the this, the that, are all essentially the same thing, just switched. You know what you do. You're
Yeah.
putting your baseball cards out. You're putting out wrestling figures. You're putting this out. You're putting that out. It's the same game. You just continue to grow and get bigger things. That's all.
100%. The one game I do know I want to try, but I know it's only on Steam right now, is that Contraband Police, where you're basically having people come through, you check the cars, etc.
Yeah,
that always looks fun, but I'm not gonna get Steam set up for that.
me neither. Jenks, I did bring this up though because I didn't know if you saw it when you were scrolling, and we've talked about this maybe a year ago, a couple years ago. There is a blacksmith simulator, but
I remember you said that.
it's like $2.99 and it looks bad. I wanted it to be like Forged in Fire.
But it never will be.
This looks like, oh, here's a stick, here's a piece of metal, tap them together. Oh, you got a knife.
Congratulations.
Yeah. But I want something where they're judging my stuff and then it will kill comes out. It's good.
It will kill. And like a pig carcass hanging up on the wall and just trying to cut through it. I mean, that would be perfect.
It would be perfect. I think we go in the correct order. I think we're going to talk wrestling now.
Okay.
We'll take a break later.
So
We might not even take a break today.
We'll power through. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. So I think we start with AE Dubs.
Okay.
Go to the Palooza and then hit the hot stuff. You good with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay. I did see at least the results of 0 Hour.
Yeah.
That Danny beat Shibata. I didn't see that match. Hologram and Paragon beat the Frat House, which it shows I've been a little bit out of ROH. I'm really disgusted by the name of the Frat House because Cole Carter at one point was in IWC with the fraternity. I wonder if you pitched that to Tony, essentially.
I'm betting he did. And said, hey, listen to this great idea.
Yeah.
We did it on the indies. It'll work here.
But I did watch the Tailgate Brawl. Did you get to watch the Tailgate Brawl?
I did not, but I saw little bits of clips from it.
Coolers and solo cups and trash cans and pong tables and a grill. And Jenks gets this one right. He went Team Willow. Team Willow wins. And I'm not saying they weren't trying, but woof, this was a shit show.
You can only do so much.
Right.
I think the more people you add into the shit show, unless they're fully dedicated, like Anarchy in the Arena, it's not going to turn out great.
Right. In my head, and AEW has never said this, but it went through my head. When it's called a tailgate brawl, I expected it to be in the parking lot because that's where tailgates happen.
Yeah.
And I understand people are like, well, bunk houses that don't happen or the shillelaghs and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, well, if we get to a stretch, a tailgate brawl in a parking lot with everything that we mentioned can happen. You can't bring a bar for like Sheamus and Rusev and all that stuff into the arena unless you rent out one of their bars upstairs, but then you're going to pay the arena hundreds of thousands of dollars for ruining stuff. But a tailgate brawl is essentially made to be outside. And that's what I wanted it to be.
It should have been a parking lot brawl, except people's vehicles are turned around, basically.
Right.
Truck beds are open. You have coolers. Yeah, exactly.
Cornhole shit set
Whatever.
up.
Yeah, cornhole. Yeah. Fucking can ban. So fucking.
Oh, that just made me think of
Can jam. That's what I meant.
Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas. I know we're way away from that, but I'm right. I want to see Emmett Otter now.
turning this into Christmas time. That's pretty much already happening here.
Hold your
Hallmark,
roll.
you know.
Not even, well, it's Christmas and Halloween here today then, since I'm a pirate. On to the main card.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out how you could be a Christmas pirate. What would your name be as a Christmas pirate?
Artie.
Artie?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Artie's an elf. It wasn't. What was the elf?
Wait, are you
name?
thinking Hermie?
Oh,
From
shit.
Rudolph? No, you know what? Artie the elf is really good. Let's do that. Artie the Christmas elf pirate.
Yeah.
Or pirate elf. There we go.
Pirate
Christmas
elf.
pirate elf. Christmas pirate elf.
Holy crap.
Trademark. Do not steal that.
Yeah, somebody's going to steal. That's going to be a big hit this year. Claymation, too. Can we get it? Claymation.
Stop motion. Yeah, claymation, stop motion.
So what we decided last week was going to be the main event.
Ended up not being.
Ends up being the first match of the night between CNC and FTR. But Jenks, did you see who was there?
In the match?
Green Bastard.
The Green Bastard was there.
Who the hell is the Green Bastard?
Bubbles.
I know it was Bubbles. It wasn't, though. It was not Bubbles. Come
It
on.
was not Bubbles. It was the Green Bastard. If I'm correct, and y'all can correct me on this, the only reason I know Bubbles is because I do people that watch Trailer Park Boys way back when. I don't know if the Green Bastard's a part of the Trailer Park Boys or not, but I'm assuming so.
It had to have been.
I think so.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, wasn't Trailer Park Boys a Canadian broadcasting show?
It was very much a Canadian.
Yeah, we incorporated here in America.
Yeah, basically we took it and basically just took the show and watched
this is ours now.
Yeah. This is ours, move forward with it. So, I mean, it was a good callback for Canada, but I also know it was probably Edge and Christian or Adam and Christian's call on that one.
Right. Without a doubt. Hey, get these guys here because this
can you get Bubbles here?
Yeah. What did you think of the match prior to Beth Copeland showing up in AEW? Is it a one-off? Is she sticking and staying? Is she going to be tied to the women's division ever?
I think there's a million questions that could be answered, but then again, you go to Wednesday and you find out Adam's leaving for a while, and now the contract status is up in the air. Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
No, neither.
But I think the timing works out. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
So if it was a 2-year contract, it makes sense. If it was 3 years, obviously he'll be back. I know one thing, he's supposed to be filming his TV show or whatever it is during this time. So maybe he'll be back. Maybe he won't. But the match overall, I thought it was a decent match. It had a lot of good callbacks, a lot of good things to come up with, paying tribute to Cena, right. Those little things. But I thought it was a good match. And then Beth coming out kind of was like, oh, okay, finally she comes. But then it also puts a taste in your mouth of maybe this was a one-off just to pay off the storyline type deal with Stokely.
And that's where I kind of am, Jenks, thinking, oh no, is Adam, TV show and everything. It was in Toronto. Years ago, he said he wants to wrestle his last match in Toronto. Is he done? And that's the way he's going to peace out just because, I mean, I'm not being a dick, but he's had his pomp and circumstances before.
Yeah.
Just, I'm here, I'm gone.
Is it though?
No, it's not. Of course it's not. It's not. But he's just taking time off because this is giving Christian, since he just came back again, his time to really rid the wanes. And I think for down the line, we've always predicted FTR and the Bucks, which will hold a role in all of that as well. But maybe those two duke it out, and then CNC comes back at whomever.
Yeah. I think it's still in the realm of possibility. If this contract is up, we got 2 months of a retirement tour that could justify bumping someone else's contract who's up, who's a legend. Because I'd rather see Edge versus Cena than Jericho versus Cena be Cena's last match. So John Cena's greatest rival is and has always been Edge.
Yeah.
And if this is the end of his contract and he goes and does his thing, does his TV show, and he comes back for one final match, what a way to go out. Just the two on their sword. Yeah. Let it happen. And if it's on Saturday night's main event, it better be fucking commercial free or on ESPN, because I'm not going to sit through 18 commercials to watch this final match.
Well, then you should get a VPN.
Maybe. I might have to at this point.
I'm telling you, I pulled the trigger, folks. I got a VPN, and I was going to talk about it during WrestlePalooza. I'm just going to tease you with that because it was so worth it. The amount that you get is so worth it. And I'm covered for like 16 months.
That's perfect.
For a hell of a lot less than you're paying for 2 months.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Lucky you.
Big Bill against Eddie. Hook shows up after the match, kind of to help Eddie against Keith and Big Bill. This was good, not spectacular. It did what it needed to do for Eddie to get his feet wet back in the ring and such. Yeah.
I was just happy Eddie's back. That's where I'm at. Eddie's back. We're having fun. It's a little ring rust. Nothing. I mean, that'll get worked out here, but Claudio sucks eggs. The hatred for Claudio still reigns supreme, and I love that.
That's by the end of the year.
Absolutely. We are
full tilt.
Whenever there's blood and guts matches with the Death Riders and Darby and crew,
yeah,
this is happening.
Yeah, they'll break off, and then I agreed. Tax and tables. Did you like that Mark unloaded everything prior to the match? Did you expect that?
I didn't expect that, but I think that set the tone, and I think that's what needed to happen. It's better than sitting around, and then we're like, oh, here, let me get this bag, and let me put this bag down. No, fuck it. Draw the line in the sand. We know it's tax. We know somebody's going through it immediately. Let's do it.
Yeah. I loved it. This is actually, I'm not saying it was a great match, but this was probably one of my favorite matches on the card because of that. They didn't like him-haw around. I thought, all right, we're going to get 2 or 3 tables. At the end of the match, we're going to get the normal table spot match with tax on top of it. Yada, yada, yada. This was, nope, fuck it. Here's a ton of tax, and then Bryce Remsburg's going to be wearing them as well throughout the match.
I love that Remsburg was covered up to his elbows with protective gear. Right. Everybody came out, besides Briscoe. MJF came out in gloves and everything to protect himself. That was a nice point to the story of, listen, this is not going to be easy to watch. People have to protect. They want to protect themselves from the tax. That was a nice way to do that. Really bring home that this is going to be a shit show.
Essentially, once Briscoe dumped the tax, I had a feeling he was winning. We both went MJF.
We did. No, we didn't. Did we? Oh, yeah, we did. That was a terrible pick on my part. I still hate that pick. I regret that pick. But, yeah, I think I didn't have that feeling, though. I think we're still holding out for MJF because I thought Briscoe spreading the tax. I'm like, okay, good. We're getting into the meat of the story without fucking up somehow. And it was like, okay, we're not beating around the bush in that, like you said earlier. I just never got that feeling that Briscoe might win it. And maybe that was great, naive blindness walking into it because I was like, oh, I have no idea who's going to win this. It could be MJF, it could be Briscoe, but we'll see who it is.
Yeah, mine went right out the bat. I'm like, oh man, MJF's getting a vacation with that many tacks. I'm like, MJF's getting a vacation. So,
and I like that because that played the promo Wednesday that he had was a chef's kiss on top of that.
Yeah,
and now it's going to be damned. It's going to be perfect when he cashes in the contract and announces it.
Without a doubt. And I'm glad that they held on to the contract thing. I continue to say that from when he thought he was going to cash in and he didn't, he got to do his shtick with this. I think it just sells more between these two.
And let's be honest, there's going to be some revelation that there was a deal struck between Tony Khan and MJF to waive the 7-day announcement of the contract cashing in to make it a very much an opportune moment cash in.
A cash in, essentially.
A cash in. And it's going to screw Hangman. And that's how Hangman loses the title by the end of the year.
Heat, sorrow, whole storyline built in for these two pillars to go for years to come.
Exactly.
Next match is the Hurt Syndicate against Rico and GOA, essentially called the Demand. I didn't know they were called the Demand.
That must have been a Saturday morning thing.
Right.
I didn't know they were called the Demand either, and that has never come up once.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't know why. It just doesn't
work.
It doesn't work for me. We were both like, we think the Hurt Syndicate is going to win because there maybe is not the heat that we hear backstage or contracts or this, that, or the other. It doesn't make sense. It made sense watching this match. Like, I'm not saying it was a burial for the Hurt Syndicate, but they were sprinkling the dirt for sure.
When Toa can flip Lashley and Shelton over the barricade, that's pretty telling.
Yeah. But it did. I don't think it did anything for the Demand.
I think it would have done more for the Demand if they had won the tag title match on Wednesday night, but they didn't.
But they didn't.
Because they didn't win it, it does absolutely jack shit. Now, if they had lost by disqualification, okay, fine. I'll play that game. But now they didn't. So you buried the Hurt Syndicate even further because the team that beat them didn't even win the tag titles. Lost again.
Yeah.
Continual burial of GOA.
I agree. The stairs and how the mighty legitimately have fallen.
100%.
Mercedes and Rio for the TBS title. I enjoyed the hell out of this. I really did. Catch, the submissions, everything. The win was cheap, but that's Mercedes' role right now. Crafty, as Taz said. I enjoyed the shit out of this, though.
You can call it crafty. I call it desperate, and I love the shit out of it, too. I agree with that. That counter to the surfboard was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen because I've never in a million years would have thought,
right,
how do you counter? I've never seen somebody counter like that. This match was perfect. And despite what other people are saying online about people dressing up as little girls and etc. like that, this is a classic.
A wet rope.
Exactly. Just go piss off at that point. Perfect. This was a great match.
Do you know that we forgot a match last week? And we'll get to it. We did. We'll get to it. We're like 2 away, by the way.
Okay.
Your girl won. We didn't predict it. We'll get there, though.
We did the Fatal 4-Way, didn't we?
No.
Oh, my God. How did I skip over that?
Yeah.
Shit. I didn't even notice that. Oh, my.
AEW
from this podcast.
You're
all right.
AEW Unified match: Okada, Takeshita, and Dorado. This had a wow. Holy fuck, a Frankensteiner off the top rope was crazy. I wrote in my own notes, this match with 3 exclamation points. And Okada retained, we tied. Because the rest of anything was...
I will give you this. Beginning of the match, I wrote, arguing 2 people being the best is ridiculous because they were arguing back and forth at one point about it. No fucking notes from there on, and I just said match of the year candidate. Because this was fucking... I loved that Dorado was the one driving the story between Okada and Takeshita. They came together a couple of times.
Match.
But Dorado was the one driving what was happening in that match. Picture perfect. I could not even imagine a better match.
There could have been, and there was slightly, but nothing over the top. Nobody took a nap in this match.
Exactly.
There could have been more time for naps with Dorado and what he did, but the other 2 just kind of kept it going. Not at a super fast pace, but not at a snail's pace, which just kept my mind going, oh, what? Whoa, what?
Yep.
And I still say everything we predicted, sort of kind of with Takeshita and Okada, is going to get there. It really is, because even in this match, they were in the ring a lot, but they weren't in the ring a lot doing things that could have been bigger things.
Yep. It was the perfect amount of sprinkle in some things to advance their storyline, sell Dorado as the forgotten stepchild in this match.
Right.
And then let it glue together the way it is. Because that's how perfect it was. We're getting this again, Continental Classic time.
Without a doubt.
That's how they're going to burn that one through. But this was just picture perfect. The way they let it slightly tease the next match coming forward, but really make sure the focus stayed on what was happening in the ring in front of them.
I agree. It's going to be on the short list on December for the Crushies.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting out of the top 3 right now.
Yeah, without it, yeah. Coffin match, Mox against Darby. First note I have is that Bryan Danielson said, fuck that, loud and proud. Because I was enjoying this. I was enjoying the car wreck of a match that it was. And then all of a sudden, Danielson's like, fuck that, I'm rooting for my boy.
Right.
What?
I loved it. Also loved that he was in a pissy mood after the match ended.
Right.
Is
that a telltale sign?
That has to be a telltale sign. We know he is now actively plotting and desperate to take down the Death Riders.
Yep.
He pulled out the bag for Darby to use. It was perfect how he was delivering piss and vinegar towards him.
Pac returns with a haircut.
I could not. I still cannot. Wednesday night seeing him, I could not.
Yeah. I like Pac without long hair. I think it just adds to his Death Rider mojo a little bit. He just looks like a douchebag ready to fight.
He looks like an asshole ready to throw fists.
Everything about this. I don't remember verbatim if you kind of talked me into this one. I always said Darby doesn't do good in coffin matches. I was very wavering on this, and I think I just said, yeah, Darby's going to win this because of this, that, or the other. I knew I should have went Mox. I just had a feeling Darby wasn't going to win this, but I went Darby. You went Darby.
I thought Darby would have gotten the win back, but I guess they rectified that with him setting Mox on fire in the backstage.
Right.
Later on. I mean, that's how you get the even with it.
Right. And we didn't think anything about Pac. Like, Pac has not been on my radar in a while again.
Pac disappears for 6 months, comes back for 3. 3 or 4. He never is a considered full-time
Right.
participant. So
But when he's there, he
when
makes a
he's there,
shit known.
oh, he makes an impact when he's there. When he's not, you forget about him.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the perfect epitome of how good he is as a professional wrestler.
Touche. Very much touche. I like that. Now we get to the match that we both forgot, essentially. The 4-way match between Storm, Tekla. We brought up Tekla so much last week. Stat and Hater. And I said, oh my God, we didn't write this down. I said I wouldn't be angry of who would win this match. Holy moly. I probably would have leaned Tony last week when we were doing this to kind of think that we're going to get back to her and Mercedes and belt collector and everything. Then during the match, I'm like, oh my God, are they rectifying Hater's injury time loss? And I'm not saying bring it all the way back, but are they going to give it? And I'm like, no. Holy fuck, they're giving it to Tekla that's still undefeated, yada, yada, yada. They're going to do that, and they're going to let her run. Stat was the last that I thought about it. I'm like, this isn't the time. This is the time they gave it to Stat. Holy shit.
There's no preamble to this whatsoever. No. Absolutely not. I got excited because the Titantron at the beginning was outer space Statlander. And I'm like, oh my God, I wrote him like outer space theme. What? This hasn't happened in so long.
From the Andromeda
Galaxy, yeah. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic, right? But to your point, I'm sitting there like, no, they're not doing this.
Then Yuta pops out.
Yuta popped out at the beginning. I'm like, they're still pushing this Death Rider bullshit. Like, why? What do we care about this? Nothing's going to come of it.
And we found out nothing did.
Nothing did. Yeah, fantastically done, by the way. I thought that was perfectly done. And fucking seatbelt to win the goddamn title. And Tony Storm selling it afterwards. Shock, but being proud. Because remember, the whole time, and maybe this is how dumb we are. And I'm going to throw us both in here. Because Tony Storm, every time Statlander's brought up to her, she says, what a woman. The perfect candidate. The whatever. The compliments were there streamed throughout the summer. Are we not?
Yeah.
She's been saying that for the past 6 months. Every time that Stat's brought up. She compliments her. It was right there. And we didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Would you have picked Stat in this?
I would have never picked Stat. I would have picked Tony because I thought, to your point, we were getting back to Mercedes, Tony. Mercedes was going to get the win again, was going to get her win against Tony, and that's how she became the AEW champion, the 11-time beat Ultimo, etc. That's what I thought we were working towards, and I thought this was just a minor bump in the road for it.
Now I'll be devil's advocate. Is that a short-term champ to get to that?
She might be, because I think the Death Riders are now going to fuck with her a lot. Listen, you don't clothesline Yuta and get away with it as much as we all want to do it, but you also don't stick your fingers in Moxley's face. Flip off Moxley to his face, despite him laughing, because I think he loved it. But you don't flip him off and then go run. You are now a target.
Does Marina just get a match here real quick? We haven't seen Marina fight in a long time.
Marina's going to get a match quick. She'll lose that match.
But
there's going to be heavy involvement from the Death Riders.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly where I was. And maybe Mox isn't scared to hit a woman. We know that.
Yeah.
Maybe that sets up, hey, Marina's got to have a match on Wednesday prior to Wrestle Dream. Marina Stat, that's where it kind of gets going. Well, Mercedes is always calling her shot anyway at Wrestle Dream. Let's do title versus title because you were a TBS champion. I want your title. Kind of do something like that. She gets injured, air quotes, or hurt. And then Mercedes gets it there.
Yeah.
Wrestle Dream, big kind of thing for, Yeah.
I think that's possibly the route they go. The other flip side of it is, but I don't know how they would do it. Is there another woman that comes into the Death Riders? But who exactly? Whom is the question?
It's not Britt Baker because she wasn't even in Pittsburgh.
Well,
she wasn't even backstage.
It's not Pittsburgh, so
no.
I don't know whom it is. It could be Hayter. Could be anybody.
If it was Hayter, I would probably support that.
I would too.
I think I want nothing against Hayter's orange hair. I love it. This, that, and the other. I do. I've always been a Hayter fan. You get Hayter to kind of get into the, the black, and you change your hair. Jamie, let's do like jet black hair and get you a la China. Essentially say like something like that, a la Rhea Ripley or something. People will call it a ripoff, a knockoff, yada yada yada. But I think she fits. I think she fits the Death Riders a lot more than anybody else.
She rolls with the hair she came back with as Britt's bodyguard, with the blonde, with the black.
Yep.
She's in the Death Riders, and it would fit perfectly.
Yeah. So I think that I like that they pulled the trigger if they go our route to get the Mercedes or anything, but I'm also super excited if they just say, nope, we're not going to go to Mercedes. She's got her own thing going on. We can now run Stat against Hayter by herself. If they don't take Hayter in, that we can do rematches. We got so many more opportunities because, listen, Tony's been champ for about 3 years, essentially, wrapping it up in between a couple breaks here or there, but she's wrestled the roster.
100%.
That now can get back into some storylines and stuff.
Exactly. Stat gets into more storylines, gets more exposure, etc. Tony's probably off for a few months to let her take a chill pill.
She can take a break. She deserves it.
And to that point, I don't know if we ever see Mercedes in the AEW title picture. And the reason I say that is they're probably unsure if she's leaving.
Right.
So why would you put the title on her? Let her have her 12-belt run. Let her do what she wants to do. She can have the TBS title for God knows how long.
Ever.
And then when she leaves, you put it on somebody else.
Yep. That's where I am now thinking. Because I think it would have meant more to get it from Tony.
100%.
Nothing against Stat, or anybody from Stat down the line. 4-way tag match. We both had the Bucks, and I was completely shocked that Brodito kept it.
Me too.
All right with it, though, because the match was crazy. Crazy ass. But the story of all of this is definitely what happened after the match.
Oh, 100%. Jack Perry's back. Or
No, he's not.
Is it Jungle Boy back? Jungle Man?
They played the music.
They played the music.
That's when I got out of my seat because I didn't expect that I was going to hear it ever again. And I hated it for a while, but then you started to like it. And I was, whoa. And yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Max was like, sit down.
I got excited. Jungle Boy came out. I'm like, oh, this is magnificent. Jungle Boy's here. Boy, it said Jack Perry. But then I'm like, what are they doing? They're not bringing him back. And then now, I swear to God, I saw this on an episode of Dynamite. Did they not show Luchasaurus in a hospital room on Dynamite? That same hospital room on Dynamite?
I thought so.
I thought so too. I thought so several months ago. So bringing that Foley back, perfect. That was a perfect tie back, and it made sense why he left Kip Sabian hanging.
Right.
It was wonderful. I was excited. Thank you, Jurassic Express.
I agree. They could
But
be the champions.
I hope they are. My thing, though, I don't want it to be Jungle Boy. I need it to be Jungle Jack or like some form of like a mature Jack Perry.
Yeah.
That runs with him, because I think that would be more lethal, better.
He's grown. He's went through this carnation of his life, essentially, that he knows he can do dastardly things and be all right with it. Bring the outfit back, or, somewhat a pseudo outfit or something. I don't want him all in black because he's not Jack Perry.
Yeah, I think you could go like with like cargo pants, knife strapped to you, like something, because like he had the whole
Steve Irwin now. Then
maybe a little Steve Irwin. Why not?
He's taming Luchasaurus.
I think he has to come back as in black, though. To me, you've gone through the scapegoat era. You don't go back to leopard print or khakis. You are now a hardened individual.
There's hints of it. He's got to have some color, I think.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying maybe it's black pants, brown sheath for the knife, because he had that on him.
He did have that on him.
And then maybe like
people notice that.
I noticed it. And then maybe like just like brown boots or something like that. Something to take away. Was Jungle Boy, but now we're here.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
A new iteration, essentially.
New iteration.
I'm using.
I love it. Just breaking through the real glass to become this new individual.
The real glass?
The real glass. Not that fake shit. Just the real glass.
Fake shit. We don't need that fake shit here.
No, nobody needs that fake shit.
Then we get to the AEW Championship. Flexer against Hangman. No Callis family, or Kyle would lose the TNT title. I want more of this. I think it was good to good plus, but I don't think they gave us everything, because this can happen again, and we'll say that was a match. Match. But I didn't hate it whatsoever.
This was a great match. This is the hint match, though. Okay, you've had a taste. Come see me in 3 years.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get the full flame and yawn at that point.
Yeah.
This is like Hangman facing Jericho, trying to win the title, doesn't get the title. Jericho becomes the first champion. 2 years later, Hangman is full on winning the AEW World Championship at that point. This is that point.
I know we've spoken about this in nauseum. If Will is possibly gone, and we talk about this, and I know we've said it before, yada, 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 essentially the thing that I just said, Fletcher is your new Will Ospreay from here on out. Just let him cook.
Yeah. Ospreay's going to be grounded a lot more if he ever comes back. And now Fletcher is going to be that guy that's going to step up and be the lethal candidate. He also will be the odd man out of the Don Callis family at some point.
Oh, without a doubt.
Get in the crosshairs of Don Callis.
Yeah, because no matter what, if anything, this match as well, in my mind, I've always liked Fletcher. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever.
Yeah.
This made heel fans love him.
Mm-hmm.
But this made face fans recognize and go, oh, this could be. So Drake, 3 months from now, I think we've just spotted another pillar.
Yeah, 100%. Pillar in the wings at this point.
Yeah, and we're 3 months away from saying that, but
yeah,
in 3 months he could be. I mean, he's really damn close right now, Jenks.
He's running with them.
Yeah.
At this point, 100%.
It was a 6-hour show.
We knew it was going to go.
If you watch from 0, and I want to talk about that because I've heard some barking about that. But if you watch from 0 hour until the end, it was a 6-hour show. That's the way Tony runs it.
Yep.
And I didn't know this. Did you know that the matches were on Collision that started at 2 o'clock? And 0 hour was actually just a panel of RJ and Renee talking?
So okay, wait a minute. So 0 hour actually happened?
It did on the paper. If you were watching it all pay-per-view on whatever you watch it, wherever you watch it, 0 hour happened, and it was just a panel they recorded probably morning time.
Yeah.
And they just talked about the matches for an hour.
I assumed they were counting the Brawl Collision thing as 0 hour.
Nope. So they had two different things.
0 hour.
So that's what everybody's saying. Why didn't you just call it 0 hour Collision and have that? Because it's free usually anyway, right?
Yeah.
Just have it on TNT. But people are like, we signed up and we thought this, that, and the other, during 0 hour, we get all these pay-per-view, the 3 matches that we discussed. They were not on 0 hour. They were on Collision that started at 2 o'clock. That was preempted before everything,
That
it took place at the same fucking place that they recorded 0 hour.
That should have never fucking happened. What should have happened was, okay, you want to record segments, fine. It should have been 0 hour was, okay, here's 3 minutes of a segment. Hey, match. Here's another 3 minutes. Match. 3 minutes, match. And
that's
with
the way they do it.
10 minutes. Exactly. Take that through. Keep it on TNT. Call it Fall Out, Brawl Out, Collision, 0 hour extravaganza, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Longer name than we have some of our podcasts.
Exactly. And then call it 0 hour, fuck, Brawl Out, all this bullshit on the pay-per-view. That does not make any sense.
No. Or why did they just simulcast TNT over to, because I understand probably because HBO Max and TNT do not get along whatsoever because of corporations, that or the other. You could still do something.
They're all owned by HBO and Warner Brothers. This was easy to be done. They do it anyways. Collision's on HBO Max.
It is. It's right. It is.
There's no reason for this. This was just too much extra bullshit that needed to happen.
Yeah. So you had the chance to watch a panel of them, of Renee and RJ, talk about matches for an hour, or you could have watched Collision and got the matches.
I'm sorry. If you are a person that watched 0 hour,
tell us why.
Tell us why. Now, listen, I know I admitted at the beginning of this, I did not watch the Fall Brawl bullshit hour. I have other things going on, and I knew I was committing 6 hours to fucking
the rest of the show.
To be honest, I was making bread at this time, so I was not at home doing this, right?
Right.
I was being Betty Crocker. But
I was probably getting shillings. What am I trying to say? Shillings.
Trying to get those 8 pieces.
Shavings in my eye at this time.
He's trying to get those 8 pieces of gold or 8 or whatever it is. Those pieces of 8 from Pirates of the Caribbean. Here's the thing.
I'm living the pirate life right now. I really am.
You are. You're doing great at it too. But who's watching 0 hour? This is coming out now. The talk show element of any wrestling program is the least compelling amount of anything for me, unless you have some sort of interesting thing going on. I do not care what a former wrestler thinks of the upcoming matches.
No,
because it's not. I know. Shocker. Now, if you put me watching the matches to watch the matches. Their commentary aside is not anything worthwhile.
Right.
Now, if we're having fun with this and it's like a Raw talk or like the SmackDown after shows, those were fun because they were getting pissy with each other and they were having fun
built
with
in
it.
a little storyline in it.
100%.
It wasn't just us saying, "Oh, there they are. They're in the ring." Yep.
Here's our college game day type show that we're gonna try to talk through.
Right.
No, there's nothing good that comes from them.
No.
So if you did choose 0 Hour, I'm not gonna rip you apart. I just need to genuinely know why you chose to see 0 Hour instead of the Brawl for All, Parking Lot Brawl, Fall Brawl, whatever brawl out.
Unless, and I'll do this to take care of some people, TNT doesn't fit on your cable package or streaming package or whatever. I understand all of that. You don't even
if that's the case, if that's the case, that's completely understandable.
But if you had both options, you chose 0 Hour.
To that point, I am fairly certain.
What's wrong with you?
I'm fairly certain if you have HBO Max, you can watch Collision Live and Dynamite Live.
I believe so.
I may be wrong. And if I'm wrong on that, great. Whatever, I'm sorry. If I'm not, why choose 0 Hour?
Right.
Do you like Jeff Jarrett that much?
Right, yeah. And RJ City and Renee and whoever else was on that panel.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I only know that because I read it, because I watched neither. Until
that's fair.
Later that I watched on YouTube. I have still not watched 0 Hour. I at least watched the parking lot brawl that should never happen inside the arena.
I will tell you this, I will probably never watch 0 Hour.
No. Yeah. Hey, so, the idiots weren't on there. Boom. So
they couldn't afford them for network television.
Touche. Where are you putting this? We're gonna take a break after this. We'll do WWE the whole package at the end then. What are you ranking this out of 6?
I'll give it a 5 because it did have some great matches on it overall, and I thought it was very entertaining for the 6 hours it was on.
I agree. I do agree wholeheartedly with a 5. There was some that I'm like, well, that could have been, nothing against it, but Eddie's return could have been on Dynamite and or Collision. I don't know. Maybe MJF's match was fun, I said, but that's not made for TV.
Yeah.
The Eddie match is essentially is the one brings it down. There were some moments that I was like, oh, okay, it wasn't really that great of a match. This, that, or the other. Maybe even the Christian Cope match. I don't know. I understand it's in Toronto, but that was a match. Yeah. So that's kind of why I'm sitting at a 5 too. I thought it could have been more. There's some matches that we will be talking about December when we give awards away. I'm sure of that. But yeah, it's a 5. It really is. It's a hard 5. It's sitting there. It's not going to trickle below a 5, but I think they've had better ones this year.
Oh, 100% they've had better ones. I mean, the card coming into it was not going to be over the top, and I think they recognized that, and nothing against Hangman and Kyle, but they realized that whatever they put in the main event would probably get turned off because they were betting with Cena and Brock. That was going to be the first match.
Yep.
So I think they played it and said, hey, here's Cope and Cage going for you right now. We're going to have a great stellar lineup after that. If you hang around, you'll be rewarded with a great match. And if you don't, you revisit it later, that's fine too.
Yeah, because you bought it. Bought it, but you can watch it whenever you want to.
100%.
All right, let's do what we do worst and then talk about ourselves, essentially. And then we'll go talk about WrestlePalooza and some of the hot headlines from the week and ESPN, because that's really what we both want to talk about. We really want to talk about ESPN. I don't know where I want to start. How about WWEshop.com? Down there in our show notes on any of our devices, their platforms that you listen to, in our description is our WWE affiliate code. We're very transparent. Sometimes you will get a discount, sometimes you won't. But if you know you want to spend $50 for LA Knight's new referee shirt, or OTC, or whatever shirt, belt, or whatever you want to buy, you have the money set aside and you're ready to go, use our link. It comes back and helps support us.
100%. The other way you can support us is by repping our merch. It's on CrowdMade. Search up Can Crushers. You're going to see you're going to see the past and the new all out there for you.
Maybe the future.
Maybe the future. That's why Mark has only one eye right now. He has a crystal ball in the other one. So what you can do, you can see the future. It's actually an 8-ball. If you shake it, it says
an 8-ball.
If you shake your head, it says yes. Oh, well, no, actually it said maybe. All right, anyways, but
ask again later.
Maybe next time. But go ahead, go to CrowdMade. We have vests, we have pint glasses, we have T-shirts, hoodies, whatever your heart desires. It's out there. Old and new logos are out there. Please buy some and rep us as you go through your daily life.
Independent shows, WWE, AEW, TNA, wherever you're going, wear our shit. You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, anywhere platforms are out. Many platforms are out there. Whatever one you're listening to right now is probably your favorite. And we're here. Like us, share us, comment, whatever you have to do. And don't forget, we are also on YouTube. You guys are probably dying to see a picture of me all patched up like, would you call me Red Eye Martinez? Yeah.
You said it first. I was just
that's because I was thinking about waterfalls and being.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. No scrubs.
Yeah. Scrub is a guy who thinks he's fly.
Ain't got no love on me.
I think he's
hanging out the passenger side. He's a busto hanging out the passenger side of his friend's ride.
Whatever, wherever you are, whatever platform you love, make sure you continue to listen. Do some comments, do some stars, do all that. Share us. We love you for that.
Yeah, share us, love us, be with us. Don't be a creep. Just put us out there. So that was a TLC reference if you didn't know that. Was out there. Yeah, Chasing Waterfalls, creep, no scrubs. Okay. Biggest hits yet. Anyways, moving on. When you're doing that, go ahead and follow us on the socials. If you're sharing us, we're going to put stuff out on the socials. Facebook, Twitter, I guess it's X, Instagram, the cesspool that is venereal diseases riddled across it as threads. We're across that. We're everywhere. Go ahead and follow us there. We'll be sharing the links on those as well to where you can listen to us.
We are just a couple months away from the end of the year Can Crusher Awards. We are going to be calling to action you guys once again for your winners. You'll listen to ours, and you'll be able to send them in at cancrusher69@gmail.com. Prior to that show, we always do our end of the year Ask Can Crushers, so make sure you get your questions in by doing that, cancrusher69@gmail.com. You can send in stuff every week. We'll pick and choose. We'll run through it, answer a couple every week. We love doing that. Don't forget. But we love dedicating every couple months a whole show just to you guys to send us questions so we could either rip you apart, you laugh at us, whatever. But the banter, and it gives us a week off of not watching wrestling a little bit. And we always like those every once in a while because we know you guys always bring it with close to 25 questions or so all the time.
100%, and they dominate the shows. Please send them in. Send them in.
Those are drinking heavily shows too, by the way.
Those are good. Those are good shows we hang out with. I will also say, is the phone line still out there?
Still out there.
It's still hanging on tough. It's lasting longer than Brock Lesnar in the ring. So if you need anything, it's 814-299-6687. You can hear your voice during Ask Can Crushers or with your own Crushy Awards. You just let us know. Call the phone number. You can submit the email, obviously, but give us a call at 814-299-6687 to make sure our car's extended warranty has company in that inbox. So
It's the only thing that's been there for a while. Only thing in it. So make it ring, make it ring, make it ring. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to cover WrestlePalooza, some headlines, the rest of Raw, essentially, and stuff like that. So, all right, like 15, 30 seconds. We'll be back.
What's up, guys? It is your girl T Gaines here. I don't know what you're doing at the moment, but my advice to you is to pop open a can and slam some suds with the Can Crushers.
welcome back, everybody, to Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. It is time for predictions, or not predictions, but review. We're WrestlePalooza. You guys know what we're talking about. I got thrown for a loop. You have something to talk about.
I do.
And it threw me off my game. So what do you got?
Completely forgot about this because this is something. It's not like a hot take, or it kind of fits into what I did for the week. And you'll love this. I finished off the Brood Awakening. Like 2 weeks ago, and I just kind of let it sit and simmer. But I made a new one on Monday when I was still hungover and watching WrestlePalooza and everything prior to doing all this. And it will be ready for not next week's show, but the week after, because it kind of has to sit a little bit longer. There's a couple other things that you have to do to it and add the hops at the right moments and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It is Yeasty Boys Big Mouth Remix is what it's called. We'll be changing the name of that, but that is the
wait a minute. Yeasty Boys what remix? Big
Mouth Remix.
Big Mouth Remix.
It was on the package. Yeah. It's a red ale, essentially.
Could you call it Yeasty Boys Sabotage after the Beastie Boys?
Probably not, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. All right.
I could have sabotaged it already the way I made some things. So sabotage was one of the things that I thought about right off the bat. I might have messed this one up.
We'll call it Intergalactic. It'll be all right.
It'll be all right.
It'll be all right.
So that's setting on the old hopper right now.
The hopper.
Waiting. It has to minimum of like 8 days upside down to 14. I did the minimum last time, so I'm going to do the max this time, and then kind of a couple days in the fridge so it does its own thing there.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Not the next episode we recorded. In 2 episodes, I'll be talking about it. I guess I only really had one thing.
All right. Well, hey, that's still one thing.
Because I forgot the other one. I'm not going to lie to you. I forgot the other one.
That's good. We're off to a good start.
Yeah, this is the second segment.
Yeah.
We don't do third segments anymore.
Third segment.
Yeah. WrestlePalooza. We're acting just like WWE now. Let's do the card first, because there's so much to talk about after.
Yeah.
Pat had a hell of a busy Saturday. Oh, that's what
he did. Oh, okay. We found it. Okay.
We found it. Well, because Pat brought it back to me. I need more Peter Herbstreit in my life.
Oh, Peter's doing the Lord's work on game day. During the week.
Did you see the TikTok where he was telling him, listen, we have about a 36-hour day coming ahead of us because he's doing the game on Thursday night. He's got to go do the game on Saturday. Then he's going to do something. So he was telling Peter everything they were going to do and spelling ball out each time. And Peter's learning how to spell, essentially, because his ears are twitching each time. Peter Herbstreit is the dog that's always on game day. He's unbelievable. He's getting more love than anybody else on that show right now because he just shows up when he wants to.
Yeah, he can phone in and out whenever he feels like it.
I have only watched essentially like 2 game days last week because I was home, but they always have it on at our tailgate, but we're busy
doing other things.
But I glance up and like, Peter's on game day. Peter's there. He's always just around. And I'm like, I need more Peter. Peter reminds me a lot of Miggy. Lot of Miggy. That's why.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Peter is an amazing addition. Even Kirk's dog before Peter was an amazing addition to game day. So continuing this and letting him run free, it's fantastic. Did you see the video of him trying to run up Kirk basically running Peter up and down the hill outside of Green Bay?
Yes.
Throwing the ball, just trying to wear him out before the game started.
Wasn't happening.
Was not having it. And I think that was the same game they put the headset on him and said, okay, here, just have fun.
Yeah.
Make your picks.
ESPN knows. That's what, listen, the college kids love them. And it's, and it's got me and you other dog lovers. We're like, oh man, this dog. And he's got his own damn TikTok now.
He does. And it's perfect.
Yeah. That's what Pat McAfee reminded me of, by the way. Are you excited that Pat had that hell of a long day?
I think it worked out for him a lot. I think it was a good day for him. I could have done less with him in the Speedo, but I think it worked out perfectly for him overall. It was a good, solid day for him. That dive was no joke, though.
No,
I got to go back to college day. Fuck no. The woman announcer did it before him.
Right.
I can't think of her name right now, and that sucks for me, but I can't think of her name. She did it before him, and then he did it during it.
Yeah.
Did you hear the story about him trying to find the Speedo that fit? Look up the clip. It's on his TikTok, but not getting into too much. Basically, the Speedo he wore was like 3 sizes too small for him. And it's the only one he had.
I'm sure.
Yeah. He loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a funny story. If you look it up on on the Pat McAfee show, TikTok, it's hilarious.
Okay. Now to WrestlePalooza. Starting off, we're going to talk about this match longer than it actually happened. It was John Cena against Brock Lesnar, and then it was over. And people are pissed.
It felt like a cheap ripoff of the SummerSlam match they had.
But we knew that, like, this was going to be time off for Cena. Look at his schedule is out there.
Yeah. But at the same token, I'm kind of like, I wish this wasn't a part of the tour. But I also feel like I had the thought during this match that this is Lesnar's last match.
Quick thought.
Well, my thought was Lesnar, he got Heyman to announce him.
Yeah.
They basically were treating this like certifying him again. It just felt like this was Lesnar coming out as well, being last hurrah, goodbye, I'm not coming back kind of thing. I get that.
And it had to be on Cena.
It had to be on Cena. Absolutely. And I think they were just like, hey, you know what? We'll pay you $1 million. Come back, do the match. And that's the last thing we see of you. And he said, if I come back, Heyman's got to come back and call me one last time.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. That was the epiphany I had. There's probably going to be like Lesnar fucking Cody Rhodes again or something like that down the road. But for this time being, I truly in my heart was like, I think this is the last hurrah for Lesnar, and Cena's is coming up. So they're just kind of, they did it, tie it off. We're done with it.
I don't think it's Lesnar's last time. And I'm not saying this is going to catapult him to being full-time, part-time that he was essentially. But he could have beaten up the refs and just left. And we could have questioned for many, many years. But to make the announcement that he's suspended indefinitely means there's a non-indefinite already planned. So I don't think it's his last match. I think you see him. Do we need somebody to conquer? And we'll get to Cena. But do we need somebody to conquer him to send him out? Is he that guy that will allow that at this point?
If he's that guy to allow it, there's only one guy. I truly believe that he has already picked the individual who it is.
I would
And
imagine
now,
it's Gunther.
I don't know if it's Gunther. I was thinking Braun.
Oh, okay.
Breaker might be the freak athlete that Lesnar was. Gunther and Lesnar was supposed to happen at one point,
Right.
and it never did. So that could be it. But I could also see them being freak athlete versus freak athlete and doing it that way.
27-mile-an-hour spear against an F5.
An F5.
I get that one too. He wasn't there at the top of my brain. I just figured they would wrap the Gunther one time and then
And
a
let it
choke.
go.
And he doesn't tap. He just is choked out and
Passed
then
out. Yeah.
rides into the sunset.
Yeah. That would be a hell of a visual, though. Getting Lesnar to pass out.
Right, and I think that's
the point
in itself.
Right. But that would be very fucking cool to see.
You want to get Gunther right back on the high and mighty.
High and mighty, you do that. And it sucks it would have to be against Lesnar, who has been accused of some heinous things, but it still is a good visual to see and put Gunther over.
Right. I mean, you can use that clip for years then.
100%.
And that carries Gunther. Cena's entrance was unfucking believable with the kids. God damn you, WWE, with the dad moment right off the bat. I loved every bit about it.
I'm sorry. I thought I needed to call CPS because he brought these kids out to watch him get destroyed.
Well,
like, come on. And I wrote that in my notes as the first line. He brought these kids out to watch him get destroyed. Ha ha. And literally that's what we saw coming up.
It was just thanks for coming. You hit a couple AAs, but they didn't do anything. And then
here's 45 F5s.
We're back to Minnesota cutting meat.
Yeah. Minnesota, Saskatchewan, hiding in the middle of the winter.
Right? I don't know. I don't know what I wanted from it. I didn't want this. I didn't expect Cena to win. We both had Lesnar, essentially. Yeah. But I thought maybe he'd get a little bit of a hoorah since it was the end.
I thought maybe a Clash of Titans, you exchange blows, and then kind of we fall apart or something. Like somebody collapses, and that's it.
Yeah.
Kind of like their 2012 Extreme Rules match, where that was a little more even going kind of thing. I think I was expecting that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
and I know Roman was just taken out on a stretcher recently. I thought maybe Cena would need some more help. Because Cena just got up and see ya. Like, so to sell that he's going to be hurt or anything, okay.
I mean, to be honest, I got thrown out because, hey, they said, listen, here's AJ Styles in 2 weeks. But I didn't know. I don't disagree with it, but at the same token, I'm like, okay, that's going to be rough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be better than Lesnar Cena.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Well, since we're talking about that, AJ's retiring next year, I heard earlier today as of recording.
I've heard that too.
I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt because he had and I look at it this way. In the picture, he had a powder blue suit on. Suit was a rough word for me there. I said heinous earlier, but I couldn't say suit. He had a powder blue suit on. And anytime I get any of those powder retirement type of things, I think of Mark Henry all the time.
Yeah, Mark Henry just fucking him over at that point.
Yeah. But I understand AJ. You know, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he's going to do. That picture's old that they use, but I'm like, oh, no, this is going to be a Mark Henry type deal thing. But AJ's been talking about retirement just as much as everybody else.
He said, I think, when he signed this last contract that this would be the last one. So this is right on par for that. So I'm excited for him to move on and do other and just ride into the sunset because he's what 49 now. I think he is
Ish, yeah.
something like that. So I think it makes perfect sense that he would do this and just say, "Okay, I'll see you guys later."
Clearly not going to give him the pomp and circumstances as they give in others, like Cena this year. But yeah, I think it should be a fun year for AJ. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he's going to get the one match he wants. Like they'll give him a match that he wants besides the Cena one.
Right.
If there's somebody out there that he wants to face, they'll probably be like, "Okay, we'll throw you this bone. Here you go."
Seth or somebody, yeah.
Exactly.
That's where I was going right off the bat. We then move on to the Bronze, essentially against the Usos, and now Paul Heyman's going to be out all the time on this. I thought this was turning into the Heyman Palooza show, essentially. But and then we find out LA Knight pregame is going to be the special referee, just setting up stuff.
Yeah.
For down the line. But we got blood. This is my question. Was it planned? Was it an oops? Is ESPN going to allow this?
I don't even know how it happened.
I don't either.
I looked at the clip 14 times and I still don't know where the fuck this happened at.
Right.
I feel like he spontaneously combusted and his face just opened up.
Yeah.
It's opened up a lot because when Braun speared him, it looked like a murder scene.
It did. It did.
I just don't know what happened. I think from an ESPN standpoint, they can't say much because if you're showing UFC fights,
right,
people's eyes are literally the size of
inside out,
size of a moon, gaping wounds.
Blood is on the. I was going to say tarmac. Definitely not call it tarmac. Blood is on like the UFC
mat.
Canvas,
yeah,
all the time. For if it's match one and somebody bleeds like a stuffed pig, it's there until the end of the night. They don't change that shit out.
No. The WWE can, and they have that capability too. But I cannot see ESPN being like, you can't have blood. They're both owned by the same company.
Right.
So there's no reason that needs to happen.
Right. So maybe this was a test. I don't know. I still don't know where he put it in the comments or whatever, folks. I don't know where he got blood.
I'm told the clip people were referencing is where he did it. I have no idea how he did it. He had the chair in the air. It never touched his face. He never touched his face. So maybe he did blade and it just came out. He bladed too much, but it never made sense.
No. What'd you think of the match in general?
Meh. I mean, I wasn't like overly thrilled. It's the theme of the pay-per-view. Nothing stood out here as, well, I lied. One match stood out here as, okay, this is fucking great. The men's stuff did not.
Right. Right. Meh. Most of these are definitely Raw or SmackDown main events. And I'm including the title match.
I would buy them as house show.
Yeah, okay.
Mid-card at this part. I mean, Cena Lesnar's big, but Jesus Christ, it wasn't that great.
No, that's what I'm sure. It was just because Cena Lesnar was going against Hangman and Fletcher who's going to switch.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
The match of the weekend, Jenks. I don't fucking care what anybody says. The match of the weekend, Stephanie O.
Stephanie O tore the house down.
Yeah.
I'll give it second best match of the weekend because I still can't get over the triple threat. But this, for the women, absolutely the match of the weekend. This match had everything and a spiral tap attempt mixed in.
During the match, I'm like, okay, it might be Io's. And I'm like, okay, Io has so much more to do. I can run with this. This
Yeah.
is Steph's. Let's try. Let's see what the crowd does behind you. The crowd's always behind her, but let's see. And then maybe we can revisit this in a couple months, and then that's where you'll grab it. But I think that I really think it's the right thing to let her run with it. And I think Io's got other stuff now going on, kind of shifting her really quick away from all of this, but still being intermingled into it.
Mm-hmm.
I am so happy, and holy fuck, Tony Khan dropped the ball. That's what my last note says on this. Tony, you have dropped the ball because Steph was yours.
And the only thing I can think of is he had the working relationship and he didn't want to fucking ruin it by trying to sign her away from CMLL. And in turn, it kind of fucked him over big time because Steph is running this division. She was running it when she came over, and she's now in charge of it with the title around her waist.
Go ahead.
This was an amazing match to showcase that, and we knew it was going to be. We knew whenever they pulled the trigger fully on Io versus Steph, this was going to be the absolute tear the house down show stealer. And it did what it needed to do. It didn't have a lot of competition at WrestlePalooza, but it did. It was light years ahead of it, and it was one of the best women's matches of the year.
Without a doubt, it's very much so on my short list.
Yeah.
The lowest it's going to get is 2 from me. The lowest.
That's fair.
Go back and watch it if you can. Get a VPN so you can watch all your pay-per-views for essentially $50 for 16 months. That saves you a lot of money. You got Netflix holding Raw, SmackDown, and the whole library because I watched it from Ireland, and it was unbelievable. And when there's go to commercial breaks, you don't get them. You get, we'll be right back in like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So you now know, all right, I got 2 minutes, 30 seconds, go get a beer, shit, shower, shave, whatever you have to do, get food, and you're right back. Get a VPN. Me, Vince, Steph, all on the same page.
And anyways, that's not one of our sponsors, but hey, get a VPN to help you out.
Yeah.
From one pirate to another, get a VPN.
There's so many out there. I don't know if I want to be that guy that gives you where I got mine, but yeah, get a VPN.
When they pay the podcast, we'll give that information away.
Right. Jenks doesn't even know yet, but I will tell him.
I don't either, yeah.
Well worth it. Fuck spending that extra money. Essentially, I paid for it right then and there, and then I'm done paying for 16 months.
Well, that's perfect.
Making money right after the next pay-per-view. So I don't need you either, ESPN. You never needed me. No. Moving along, Jenks, I really did enjoy this match for what it was. AJ Punk, Becky and Seth. Sethy. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a showcase of AJ coming back, setting up for her and Becky, setting up for Punk and Seth, but it was a little too long. I didn't look at this as wrestling. I didn't compare it against Steph and Io because there was spots that, but I sat back as an AJ fan and I wanted to see AJ. I got AJ, and this match was fine for me. It did exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah.
Just a tad long.
I agree with all of that. This Seth and Becky were the perfect opponents to bring back AJ and have the match with Punk and make her feel comfortable coming back to a ring after 10 years. It was fun. It was a fun match that She helped get guided through because, AJ, the ring rust was there, but she was getting through it the best they can. And I mean, it turned out to be a fun match. I never came into this thinking, oh, this is going to be one of the best matches of the year. This is not going to be anything of the year. It was just, hey, this is going to be a great first match back for her because she's getting Seth, she's getting Becky, and they can help guide her through the ropes that first time back. And that's what it was. And that's what made it enjoyable on top of everything, on top of the circumstance around it. It turned out to be very good.
And I will bring it up because many have, and I hope many more the rest of this week as everybody reviews it. God, I love the 4 people in this ring for what they did for the month of September of Suicide Awareness Month and LGBTQ awareness and all of that. These were the perfect people to do that too. And it just, I caught on to it right off the bat because we're very much in tune with both of them. And then when AJ popped her shoes, I'm like, yes, because I saw it on Punk's attire right off the bat.
Right.
But when the shoes came out of AJ, and I'm like, yeah, I fucking love this for that.
It was perfect. It was a good, solid room. I don't want to say F you, but basically, hey, equality still stands. Don't shit on it.
Yeah. Don't
shit on people that live their lives differently than you, and embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace what the world gives you and who people are.
Exactly. And then we got to where I threw up. Literally pissed. I'm like, why the fuck is the Undertaker here?
Listen, there was a special announcement that needed to be made, that needed to happen, even though it was terribly acted.
Did you see Triple H from the gorilla position yet? Watching this?
Yeah, I did. So
Stephanie she's going to be the first one inducted in Hall of Fame next year. None of that matters to me. This whole 7 minutes was a waste of time for me. Congratulations to Steph for what you have done and we'll talk more about you when it happens. Is this the only question I have about all of this is this, Jenks. Is this WWE's subtle move to tell you it's not going to be a Hall of Fame in 2 years? We're starting this now because maybe even next year the Hall of Fame is not going to be at WrestleMania. Why are we announcing? It's September. Why are we announcing the first person prior to Royal Rumble even? Because that's even months away.
I'll give them this one. Because how long can Triple H hold it? Seriously, you're married to the person who's going to be in the Hall of Fame. And they've already played the thing with
you as much as he did.
I 100% agree, but here's my point. It's going to leak out at some point.
Shame on you, then.
Exactly, but they want to get ahead of it. Also, they probably could only get Undertaker booked for some godly reason for this week to do this announcement. There's probably 3 folds to this. So they had to flip it because they did, what was it, with Michelle McCool. They did that whole pomp and circumstance around that to surprise her with it. So they had to do it with The Undertaker surprising Steph. The flip side of this is, even though AEW was completely done by this time, they needed the ratings. They needed the surprise to get people into WrestlePalooza.
Because Triple H guaranteed there's going to be big
surprises. And this was the only surprise that I could see. And it wasn't even a surprise. I think the only surprising part of it, there was no surprise to it. She's going to be the first McMahon inducted since Vince Sr.
Right.
And let's be honest, she'll be the first of her and Shane to be inducted before Vince ever gets into the hall.
Right.
I don't even know when that's going to be, if he's going to get in. Linda's probably going to get in before Vince does, just because of corporate politics.
Yeah. I know. I understand all of that.
Yeah.
The decision's made probably for the other ones as well.
Oh, it's been well curated, but they're not going to say who it is yet.
They tried selling WrestlePalooza, and we're getting to the last match, but as a WWE WrestleMania pay-per-view coming to ESPN and this, that, and the other. And I think we all know they dropped the ball and they didn't have anything. They were just trying to sell against AEW, and that was their shtick.
And that's why AEW is now responding with not putting times on their pay-per-views until they know what WWE is going to do, because WWE knows it has to announce when their pay-per-view is a month ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, Wrestle Dream did not have a time on it. It was, hey, this is October 18th.
We'll talk to you about October 17th when you need to be there.
We'll let you know what time it is on, what time it is at.
I know it was probably talked about last week in other places, but I want to wrap back around to something. Last match of the card, Cody against Drew. I'm going to say this. Cody retained.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much else you can say about it. They played back some storyline items, but it didn't really go anywhere.
This was there. This will be talked about. To me, this will be talked about as well in December, this WrestlePalooza.
Oh, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And it's a shame because I think the light we're shining on it in December takes away from a 10-year return.
Yeah, what category we're actually putting it in.
I think you all know.
Maybe in a couple of years, this could be bigger than WrestleMania if it sticks and stays over there.
I mean, that's accurate.
So let me ask you this. We'll get to the ratings when we talk about ESPN, okay? So we're going to kind of skip over that real quick. We should have talked about this last week when we were talking about wrestling in Saudi, WrestleMania in Saudi. And yes, I'm going to steal it from other people, but I didn't get your thoughts on it, Jenks.
Yeah.
Didn't TKO essentially just say, hey, Tony Khan, you do something against us in America when we're over in Saudi Arabia, and we probably know the rest of the world's going to come over to you. Didn't they just give WrestleMania weekend in Saudi in 2 years to AEW to have a la a WrestleCade, all those cons that happen? AEW can now start booking this and say, here's our all out. This date, WWE is going to be on at 11 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah.
You buy the package to come to Dallas, Chicago. They can go to Vegas because Mania is not going to be there. They could go back to Vegas. They've been there before.
Absolutely.
And every independent wrestler and every AEW star will be here. This is your package. $5,000 from, London. You get here, your front row seats. Your weekend is booked with AEW. I really think this whole thing, and we've talked about it last week, but I think TKO is going to lose WrestleMania. We've talked about that. Is going to lose WrestleMania week whenever Tony announces we're doing something too, but he doesn't have to for a year.
No, he won't pull the trigger in Las Vegas because there's no need to. It's people can go, but the Saudi weekend, absolutely. If you don't think there's something on Rumble weekend coming up next year, you're full of shit.
That's the first test. That could be Tony's. Okay, let's test this one out.
Let's see what happens.
Rumble's over there. Let's go to one of our safe places.
Yep.
A la Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you call your big WrestleCon, essentially. Bring them all, bring them all, bring them all. Not as big as a WrestleMania one, but this is our tester for next year.
Our test market. Let's see what happens. Okay, great. We tested well against fucking Saudi in the Rumble. We're going to move to WrestleMania. WWE is killing its pay-per-views. And it's killing the big four. It's been doing that for years, but WrestleMania especially, you're losing the sight on it. TKO is about money, so they're trying to get money recouped. They're trying to get this value into it. But then you alienate your fans who don't want to pay that. And we're not going to fork over $1,000 for a ticket to sit in the nosebleeds at WrestleMania. We're not going to travel to Saudi Arabia as if you're a minority group, if you're LGBTQ, if you're anything along that lines, you're not going to make that trip because there's a chance you will not come back from that trip based on the rules that they have in place. And people that support that, a la myself, you, are not going to travel to that place because of what they do, because of how they operate their society in that. It's just not a good business decision. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I can't even say it's not a good business decision because the prince is just going to throw money at you.
Right.
So you're going to get your money, but you're selling your soul for that money.
Yeah, what brought you to where you're at? The fans. Yes. We don't care about you, is what it says.
100%. They made that very clear when they said Vince was pricing towards families and they want to make a profit. Guess what? Your future is families and making a profit.
Yep.
UFC does things. It's brutal. It's capturing 20-year-olds to watch this shit because people are getting their faces busted. It's capturing teenagers. It's a real fight for all intents and purposes. WWE wrestling, we love it for what it is, but we also understand that the product that WWE puts forward is more family-oriented, is not real in the sense of UFC fighting. Right. It's real in the sense of what they do to their bodies and what they put forward. But they're not sacrificing things for it. It's an entertainment show. It's an entertaining TV show a couple of hours a week. AEW is a wrestling show that I think fans would gravitate towards, but they also would not sell their soul for that. And I think that's the disparity here. Is you are overvaluing what your product is bringing forward.
So this is my big question that I've been asking waiting to ask, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing I don't edit. Is this the time, if you could, and these are all ifs, these are all speculations, to be a middleman and get pseudo the entertainment of WWE with the wrestling of AEW and put something on that weekend as well?
Potentially.
I mean, we're let's just roll into say 2 years. It's less than that, but you have 2 years to get your shit. Let's pretend NWA is going to do something because let's just pretend.
Well, if you're Santino, you think TNA is the second best company once they get a TV deal.
Right. That's owned by WWE. That's the
Yeah.
T's aren't crossed yet.
Which we're not even talking about the invasion angle right now.
I was right. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Invasions only happen when the company is damn near bought. Look at WCW.
Also, let's talk about we're going off tangent, but the ex-talent that was in the ring versus WWE. Whatever. Anyways, go on.
Isn't this the time, if you could, if you're the person that won the $1.9 billion in the lottery, to just start and say, I like my job. I'm living comfortably. I have this $1.9 billion now. Let me call some people and see if I can put something together on April, whatever date it's going to be, and run with this. Yeah. I can have a one-off show like AEW did to see if it actually sells something, and then everybody's going to gravitate to it. Oh, my God, this is going to be awesome. I made money from that? Holy crap. What the hell? I'm now in the wrestling business.
Why not?
These are all ifs, but
why not fucking run with it? If somebody could do that and blend it in the right way, it would eclipse both companies.
You had a lot of free agents coming up.
A ton.
That are big names. That in a year or two you put on Showcase of Champions or whatever the horrible names out there. Okay, you're going to see Edge. You're going to see this. You're going to see that. You're going to see AJ. You're going to yada, yada, yada. In Poughkeepsie, wherever.
Yeah.
I just, both of them are so close, yet both of them are so far away from caring about both things. AEW, and this isn't a crack. I'm not in the war room. I'm not this or that. AEW cares about the wrestling, and we love that. That's why we love AEW. Sometimes the storylines are unheard of there.
Yeah.
WWE is completely the other way. The storylines are fan-fucking-tastic most of the times. But we don't get wrestling. There's a happy medium that's happened for years. Both are burning. We go to wrestling towns. AEW, Chicago, St. Louis, WWE, we're going to money towns.
Mm-hmm.
I just, and it's not that I'm hating any of it. I just think both of them are kind of on their own path, and there could be a blend if done right. I don't want to say could tank either one of them, but it could take a hell of a base away from them.
It absolutely could.
And Sir Michael Jenks Mark.
Strong enough.
Go ahead, you're good now.
Am I? Okay. I don't think it can take I think it takes away a base from them. It obviously can't destroy them enough because of how much money they have behind the machine to keep going. But if WWE is ranked third behind the other two programs, TKO isn't going to invest money into that. If AEW starts falling and slipping behind, do people invest money into that? I don't know. I do know that Santino is completely off base because if you're owned by WWE, that does not make you the third best brand. That makes you an extension of the first brand that's out there in the monopoly that's going on.
Exactly.
You will never be your independent self.
No. When you've proved that. Yeah. You tried to be your independent self for 30 years.
And you shot yourself in the foot when you had decided, you know what's a great idea? Let me bring Hogan and Bischoff in to run this thing when it was working fine without them.
Yeah. and you had the Phenomenal One.
Yeah.
And you had Joe, and you had Beer Money, and
you fumbled the bag on every single one of them.
Yep.
Because 2 tag team wrestlers needed to be the head of a biker gang and be the world champion.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get to what we think the rankings of WrestlePalooza are, because I said we're going to talk about ESPN. I don't know, out of a 6-pack.
What's a D rating? Because I think I might give it that. I'll give it. I'll beat you. I'll give it a 3 because
Really
Steph and Io was a damn good match. And
right, match of the year.
And you have to bring in the nostalgia factor for AJ.
Yeah,
I'll go to 3.
You can't talk me to a 3. I'm stuck at a 2. I'm stuck at a 2 because 1.5 of that goes to, and out of the whole get 1.5 of that goes to Steph and Io. The other, I will give a 0.5 to AJ. Like I said, I liked it. In 5 years, when AJ's contract's done, we won't remember this match. We'll remember other things. She returned this day. Do you remember the match? No, I don't.
I don't remember anything signature about that. Yeah.
So, it's definitely a 2. This is going to be the shortest of lists on pay-per-views of the year. So let's talk about what we really want to talk about. We saved it to the end to kind of button this whole thing up. This was ESPN's first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And within 5 fucking minutes of it, they graded it.
No, well.
And they're like, this is what you're giving us? This
ass.
So then they rolled a Monday night. And they're like, well, I guess we're grading wrestling shows now, so we have to do Raw. Holy fuck, that was worse than the pay-per-view that we just put on. They gave it an F.
They did give it an F.
Dude, this is now the ranking system, right?
Yeah.
This is your, I don't want to say parent company, but your parent provider. You're going to, I don't know how fans are taking this, but I'm taking it as like, I'm going to wait for the ranking anymore and then see if I want to even flip through it.
Yeah. On
Tuesday. This has turned into fantasy pre-rankings. CD Lamb is one of the greatest wide receivers out there. Jenks drafts him. Now he's done.
Turns into ass. Yeah.
I understand injuries happen on football rankings and everything like that, but I don't know if this is the right thing to do for ESPN and or WWE to rank stuff.
I think this is not good for WWE because I don't think they realized that ESPN wasn't going to soften anything. They thought, ESPN's going to hype it up because it's on their provider. And that, listen, if ESPN has done has gone away from what it once was. But if has something ass, like a game or something that's terrible, it's not going to show the highlight.
No.
It barely shows highlights to begin with, but it's not going to show your highlight if it's absolute trash.
I can't picture Chris Berman, Keith Olbermann, the people that we grew up in high school watching. Yeah. We wanted to be back on. I could not imagine these guys ranking this.
Anything.
This is ESPN, the mothership of sports. And I understand, yes, they have become entertainment now too. They really have, especially if they have a ton of talk shows on until Thursday night when they show the MAC.
Yeah.
Baseball's barely on there anymore. Basketball's come in, and hockey, that'll supersede everything on ESPN except Saturdays.
Right.
They don't fucking care. I like it, but they're like, all right, you guys got that much money? We're going to treat this real. And you better step up your game. 100%. This contract might not be as long as we think it's going to be.
It's going to be 6 months, and they're going to be like, no, we're going to have our own streaming service somehow. And then TKO will charge $100 a month to go to it.
So again, I say, what the hell is wrong with the WWE Network from 10 years ago?
There was nothing wrong. They got money hungry. They got money hungry and sold it to Peacock because they didn't want to put up with it. And
it went to shit in Peacock. I hated Peacocks.
I 100% agree. There was nothing good about Peacock. WWE Network had something truly special there. They could hold your place in a pay-per-view. They had specific shows. They had a great library. They had it built out appropriately. It made sense. They just didn't want to fucking deal with it and upkeep it. It's dumb.
Yeah. You have people begging for their own streaming service. And again, I'll go back all the time. NWA, when it was good, nothing now, because I don't know, is it still on Tubi or whatever one that it's on, or Roku, whenever, I don't know.
Yeah.
It may have fallen off. But when it was good, like pre-COVID and everything, they could have pulled off their own one, but they are still an independent. They couldn't get it. If they could have got it, I think they would have been great. Maybe get some old NWA content to throw it on there. But that's owned by 16 million different people, so you couldn't grab it. But whatever. Start your own. People were dying for their own service because it's then money in their pocket. They can reinvest it.
100%.
They were with the WWE Network, I think. And then, hey, everybody's watching this. And I know you said your wife and others in my family and everything sprinkled Peacock on every once in a while. When they got The Office, I ran the gamut of The Office for months. I only used Peacock once a month.
Yeah.
And it was for pay-per-views. Other than that, I never went on Peacock.
Right.
The WWE Network, I would go back and watch stuff. And I know it was on Peacock too, but it was just the force of trying to find it.
Yeah, because it was very deep within Peacock.
Yeah.
And then they give you certain highlight shows or like highlight certain things, and you're like, I don't want any of this bullshit. This is not what I want. I wanted matches, pay-per-views, documentaries that you produce.
So in the comments, peeps, because I know ESPN doesn't have the full thing yet, what is it like? I'm not getting it. As I said, I have a VPN. I want to watch it from wherever, Ireland, London, wherever, each month.
Yeah.
Tell me what was so good about your experience watching it on ESPN. Tell us. We want to know. That I really want somebody that jumped through the hoops to get ESPN, because I've seen so many people try to do it across the board this week on every social media that are like, I guess we're not watching WrestlePalooza. And I'll ask you, because you're right by the computer, are there any numbers that are fucking fabricated out of my ass that I'm not going to believe you tell me, but what did they say?
I'll look it up. I will tell you this. I did get ESPN Unlimited to see what it was. I couldn't fucking find ESPN Unlimited to get to the pay-per-view. You know how I got to it? Through Disney Plus. Because they've integrated all of those together basically now. So I had to go to Disney Plus and advertise it. I click on it. Then it's finding the right one, because apparently they placed the trailer out there for WrestlePalooza, but call it WrestlePalooza. So you click on that, and then you get a 2-minute video. So then I had to find the right WrestlePalooza to watch WrestlePalooza. And even then, I did not have controls over WrestlePalooza. I could click on it to pause it. I couldn't fast forward. If I figured it out on the keyboard eventually that I could just hit the arrow button to fast forward. But then that's only 10 seconds a pop.
Woof.
So
Well,
you're sitting there going,
for 10 seconds, you were through the Brock and Cena match.
well, yeah, that's exactly true. It was not great.
So it's not user friendly.
It is not user friendly. I would love to find the actual site for ESPN Unlimited so that I could actually figure out, okay, can I watch some sort of football game? Is this worth the money? Could I get rid of a Sling TV to do that? Because from what I'm hearing, you can't. You still need your cable provider.
Well, I saw that. It needs to be hooked up.
And it needs to be only like 5 of them.
Yeah.
So why would I buy this?
Yeah, that's where we're all at.
So, let's see if we have any numbers out here. There's no official viewership numbers yet.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine there would be, honestly. And I didn't look it up all week. I didn't, because I wanted to save that kind of for you to surprise me if they were going to say 90 trillion people watch this. I've seen 89 trillion and a half people say they couldn't even log on.
Yep. They had no chance of logging on.
So me and the people in the arena watched it. Everybody had
exactly
a VPN.
Exactly. Let's see here. Am I getting it?
Jenks now deep diving into his ESPN.
Well, you go into ESPN, you can watch. It's on ESPN Watch. Okay, now I figured that out because I can pull up a college football game and watch it now.
Oh.
So
you watching our buddy Biff?
Biff's on East Carolina, the former Ric Flair college team, playing Army right now. Shout out. Hey, watch Biff in Michigan. He's coaching for a couple weeks while they go through their suspensions. So.
Go back, about 2 years when we found Biff coaching in Charlotte, and we went nuts on him for a couple of weeks. It was 2 years ago, right?
It was 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Biff cut off, cargo shorts, looked like a fucking dad, just strolled onto the field.
High school coach down there in Charlotte.
Fucking coach going for it.
Now he's like the Jeffersons, moving on up right into Michigan.
Right into the Big Ten. I mean, I was surprised.
I'm struggling to stay in the Big Ten. And do you have any hot takes since we kind of just beat the hell out of ESPN and WWE?
Did you see the top 10 for the PWI 500?
I didn't, because this is, I know it's out digitally already.
Yeah, right.
I wait that extra month so I can pretend that I'm old school and get the magazine and flip through it. Go ahead. I will.
Do you want to have it?
Yeah, because maybe I don't need to spend $15.99 this year on a thing that I look at and I'm like, oh, this is horrible.
All right. So number 10. Will Ospreay. Not a 500. It's not a 500. Number 10 is Will Ospreay.
That's low, but okay.
It's way low.
Okay.
Number 9.
This list is already going to be horrible if he's 10.
Yeah. Number 9, Mystico.
I did see something and I'm royally pissed. Go ahead. Mystico. Hot.
Okay. Sorry, he's really pissed. All right. You must have seen this list. All right. Number 8, Seth.
Still low.
Yeah.
For what he did all year, still low. I know he had injuries, still low.
7, Swerve.
I'm shocked he's that high. I would agree. I think he did a lot. I think, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm shocked PWI put him that high.
I kind of am too. Number 6, though, Jey Uso.
Not above Swerve, not above Osprey. No.
Jey Uso, I get he's popular, but he's top 20,
Yeah.
not top 10.
No.
5, Hiroki Goto. So New Japan represented here.
Right. Probably correct.
Probably,
We don't
yeah.
cover a lot.
He's the main guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah. 4, Hangman Adam Page.
yeah,
Makes sense.
makes sense.
3, Gunther.
Yes and no. Like, big year, a lot of things, big man, continue to push. I would maybe put this one as, the potentials that he has to be the next Roman, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. Again, Osprey at 10 has fucked me off. So go ahead.
That's fair. Number 2, Moxley.
Yeah. And
1 is Cody Rhodes.
I don't know. I hate this list. Probably will not buy it this year because now that I remember seeing something, at some point, Jelly Roll is like
Oh,
above
yeah. I
a
did
lot
see
of
that.
fucking people, and that's just
Jelly Roll was what, 100 something, or was he in the top 100? I can't remember.
it does. Listen,
Jelly Roll shouldn't have been on the list to begin
he should
with.
not have been on the list. I don't care. Wherever Jelly Roll is, I hope every independent, even go this way, backyard wrestler is pissed off and never submits, never does anything with PWI again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's not that I don't like Jelly Roll. I love Jelly Roll. I love his music. If you want the realness, or at least the fabricated realness for us to say, yeah, to debate things, Jelly Roll being on the top 500 is not a debate. It's just asinine. That's just saying somebody paid for Jelly Roll to be there above anybody. Sky Blue or Teal Piper, Priscilla Presley. I'm like, what the fuck?
So here's the other thing. There are some people claiming that might have been a fake screenshot, but we won't know until we get the list.
Okay.
So my thought is this. If Jelly Roll was on this list, every point you just made was valid. But also, fuck PWI. There's no... Your credibility shot at that point.
Right. Completely agree. Because then we need to go way back. I'm going to stir the pot.
Way back.
Why wasn't LT on the list when he fought Bam Bam? And that was a horrible thing. And like all the other.
Why wasn't Sigma Mel in there? Yeah.
If we're talking about maybe the money that are brought into professional, Jelly Roll probably brought a lot of money into professional wrestling this year. I'm not gonna lie about that. He was been on 6 or 8 theme songs. He showed up a lot. Whatever. If we're just having a popularity contest because of that, let me and you write the top 500 next year, because there's people in and around this area that probably deserve it more than others.
Yeah.
And I'll start. You started with 10 of Osprey. You're wrong.
Missing out on Osprey, the point of Osprey being that amazing and doing that much in the ring and putting over many people, plus being just Will Ospreay, absolutely asinine to me. How do you justify it?
Yeah. We can always discuss 1A, 2A. He's not below 2.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I hate to say it, I'd put Ospreay Mox 1-2.
Yeah.
Cody, great. He's champion, got the title back. That's awesome. Did nothing.
He's done nothing for a while now. And his next guy is going to be Randy, right?
It has to be. That has to be the Mania match.
Are we clamoring for it? Cody's best stuff was with Roman.
100%. That was his bread and butter.
Dead right now. Shoot me dead right now.
That was his bread and butter.
After Roman, they did not have a clue what to do with Cody.
I would say the closest anything came was KO.
And maybe KO being hurt maybe derailed that a bit.
Yeah.
To wrap back around, but we'll see.
Exactly.
Why do we have to end on such a shitty note? Well, ESPN was going to be a shitty note too.
So. ESPN was going to be a shitty note.
It's been a shitty week.
It's been something else.
It's been something else. Are we going to have a show next week? I don't know.
We'll go find out.
I'm out, Jenks. I'm out. I got nothing else. You?
I got nothing. We got to put your eye to rest.
Yeah, because it's only in a patch doing nothing.
You've got to call a game tomorrow night and only see half the field at one time.
I don't know. In the downfall, this is the farthest away game that we have this year. I already told the kid that's going to ride with me, I'm like, you're driving. He's like, I don't know where that field's at. I'm like, dude, I'm not driving that far
with one eye. Yeah.
Because it's also cornfields and everything else that we're going to be going through.
Oh, God.
It's a distance. So, yeah. I called the game last night, though, as you guys are listening to that.
It was one eye calling the game. It worked out perfectly.
You got anything big going on this weekend? This week? This whenever?
This thing happening. Not a lot going on. Yeah, not really much going on. Probably hang around, do nothing, see what comes up, not get in trouble. We'll find out. What about you?
I was just going to say, it's getting into that time of the year where it's just, I might cut my grass one more time and then everything's getting to pull away for the winter because even though it rained all week, it still is not enough for it to grow yet, essentially. So, I don't know, maybe in a week or two, just run the whacker over it. But, yeah, nothing. As you guys are listening, I'm going to go see Pitt in Louisville. And then next week, who is it? Pitt in BC. But we'll talk about that next week, right?
Yeah, of course. You got to get through this week.
I have to search for my bootay.
Get that bootay.
Remember, just because we're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things.
Your garbage can. We're a garbage can, not a garbage can not. Make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them. Or you fucked it up.
You should never know.
Whoop, whoop.